Hi.
Hi.
Afternoon. Happy Friday. We're recording later than we normally would, and I did not eat breakfast, and then I have now had an entire Celsius. I'm like, "Ugh," and a coffee, and so why do I finish the coffee? I'm like jittering like this.
It's coursing through your veins.
Welcome to Disrespectfully
with Katie Maloney
and Dana Cathan.
Unapologetically,
We're here to do what we want to do.
spilling the tea.
Babe, you're going to see the power of women. Like,
Disrespectfully.
I had Girl Scout cookies for breakfast, which I think is a great choice.
I do too.
They're delish, but it's Valentine's Day.
It is Valentine's
Can
Day.
you feel the love in the air?
We did our whole we did a Valentine's Day sign off on Wednesday too, but I guess so now we'll say Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Do you know what I'm always a fan of?
What?
One thing about Valentine's Day, I love the kitschiness of it. Like I do. Okay, first of all, we didn't talk about this last time. No one wants the disgusting chocolates in the heart box that have like the pink in them and the, you know what I mean? Those
cherry,
like those tacky, they're like the good and plenties of the Valentine's Day. Okay.
Yeah.
Just like I said, I would be an excellent Halloween candy bag maker, like curating those. I would also like to curate the candy hearts, but you can also get the, like, it's like, I like the chocolate turtles box or the, that has one thing that you like, or C's candy.
Oh, C's is daddy. Russell Stover sucks.
Disgusting.
That might be a hot take, but like they've never wanted to like up their game. Like I feel like it's the same chocolates that I've been eating since '92, and they're like just nothing.
And they stopped making them in '92 and did a stockpile. That's what it tastes like. That they've come from yonder years. And the thing is, I would like to see someone with a straight fucking face tell me that the Russell Stover is their favorite. I want to see them eat the pink one. And
the whole box.
It's like the Bridesmaids when she's like, I am hungry and I'd like a snack. And the way she eats the Jordan almond, that's how that is. And no one, that's just, and the yellow and they're disgusting.
Yeah, no, the fruity ones are pretty foul.
So if you hate someone, I recommend getting them that for Valentine's Day. Get those for your ops. Go leave them on their doorstep.
How do you feel about like red roses on Valentine's Day?
Love them.
Yeah.
I think I love a red rose. They're beautiful. I like any flowers though.
Well, but I mean, just like being such like a staple,
Yeah, I think that sometimes people like to hate things that are popular, but they're popular because they're great. So I have no problem with that.
Well, that's how I feel like Valentine's Day is in a whole. Like I know that like there was even maybe a period where I went through an angsty sort of contrarian time where I was just like, Valentine's Day sucks. Like you should celebrate love every day. It's like, okay, calm down. I think it's just when you finally just give in and then you're able to have more fun.
It's also not that deep. And I mean, and I'm single, but I'm just not a bitter person. Like I like you said, I love love. Like I love, there's nothing better than being in love. And if there's a special little kitschy day, and go for it, go all out, do what feels good.
How do you feel about love songs?
I love love.
Do you have a favorite love song?
Yeah, Bitter by Fletcher. No, I'm kidding. I mean,
I'm not bitter, but
I'm not bitter, but I love that song. God, there are so many like Al Green, like old classics. Like I love those songs. And I don't know, whenever you ask me a question I haven't prepared, I can't think off the top of my head. Like what's good one for you?
So I'll take some like Etta James and stuff like that. But I really love Tim McGraw, My Best Friend. That song is so cute.
There's like really deep ones that are probably unhealthy, like the Lumineers, Salt in the Sea is such a beautiful song. And yeah, I'm even when I am a hopeless romantic. Like I believe in love, and somehow it's just not happening for me. But like I love when people find that, and I think it's wonderful to celebrate. And
I love being a lover girl.
Also, I have such an addictive personality. I'm like, maybe it's just my favorite drug.
Yeah.
There's no better drug. Are you kidding?
It hits hard.
It hits. There is no better drug. So
tell me about it. I just think it's cute. Do you wear no, I was going to say, do you wear red or pink? No, obviously not. Well,
no, I don't. But I am going to, now this is going to be past it, but there's an event where it's like red or pink or whatever, and you have to. So I did buy a red sweater because I'm like, I don't have anything that's that. Do you? Are you going to dress?
The only other color I wear besides black is pink.
Yeah, I can't. I won't wear.
I know,
pink,
but I don't know why. That just happened.
Are you because tonight is your big day? Are you dressing for the holiday?
I want to wear something sunny.
Well, good, but like colorful or black?
Probably black.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything slutty that's color. It's all black.
I will.
When I say slutty, I just mean I want to wear something hot.
Like no, wear something low cut.
Something
I love something slutty.
Something sexy, but I call it slutty.
Good. One of my favorite looks of all time is Rihanna in that YSL. It's like a $10,000 jacket and it's the shape of a heart and it's furry. So that's like an example. Honestly, I don't think we've talked about it before, but Elizabeth Hurley in Bedazzled is some of my favorite looks of all time.
Oh my God.
So honestly, that's when I got the red sweater and I got kind of short shorts that are like no pants trend and I'm going to wear them with black tights. So it's kind of like that was my inspo for it. So I love those looks.
Are you going to wear some sexy lingerie just to get yourself all in the mood?
I'll probably wear some of my like a cute set matching jammies, but it also depends on what I end up doing. I'm not at the time we're recording it. I know I'm doing something, but I don't know what it is. Okay. I love to wear something low cut for Raleigh. I think actually 2 years ago on Valentine's Day, we went to play darts at this dive bar we love. And this guy came in, just a totally random man, and handed out single roses to all the ladies. And I thought that was so sweet. And it totally made my night. So
I love that.
Who knows?
Okay.
Maybe we'll get some roses. We'll see.
You should get some roses.
Should we do some hometown heroes?
We should do some hometown heroes. Maybe some people will need have some love stories in here. Probably not. We're probably looking at some poop stories, but you know what?
More likely than not poop stories, but
nothing says I love you like a poop story.
Yeah, I'd say so in this Coven.
Shelby says, I was trying out a new wax place in college and the waxer's name was Tequila.
Was her last name Katie?
She was very chatty and got on the subject of relationships. She asked me if my boyfriend had ever cheated on me and I said no. She got really quiet and it was so awkward that I said, I'm sorry, did that happen to you? And she said, well, no, actually the other way around. And then was trying to confide in me about how he won't talk to her anymore and what she should do, all while sobbing into my vagina. Safe to say I did not rebook with that salon. LOL.
At least she didn't shave you. I would say there's always a silver lining.
I mean, she must have like really been going through it that she just was looking for any willing audience.
Yeah, especially in such a vulnerable position, but you didn't get shaved and you didn't get wiped, but I think that it's good. So now we can add criers. I mean, marry, kill, wipe, shave, cry in your body.
Okay, I'm going to marry someone shaving me because you know what? You want that kind of like support. Okay. You want someone looking out for you for your entire life. I'll someone crying.
Okay.
Because, you know, emotional. And then I'm going to kill someone wiping me. No, thank you.
I'm going to agree with you on the kill. I'm killing the wipe. I'm going to marry the crier. And I'm going to fuck the shaver. I think I want that to never happen to me again in my life.
Okay. I mean, I want someone that's just going to always, it's the same type of person that will tell you if you have something in your teeth.
Yeah, they'll tell you if something in your asshole. So I guess that makes sense. You know what I was just thinking the other day? Obviously, this is just a train of thought we have to follow. Why is it so painful as people to tell each other when you have something in your teeth, when you have bad breath? I think it's less likely that you'll see in someone's, well, depending on what the situation is. But why is it so hard to tell people that? Especially just like people you're comfortable with.
I mean, I try to tell people the minute I realize it, but I think it's like we feel bad embarrassing a person like to their face, even though it's not embarrassing. It's more embarrassing to walk around with like lettuce in your teeth. But I think sometimes also like maybe you don't notice right away, and then you're kind of like looking, and then you're like, oh my God, I haven't said anything this entire time. What if they? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I used to have a hard time with it, but now I'm like, no, don't do that.
If I love you, I'll tell you. If you're my obs.
Well, if you're my obs,
go get that green smile on. But I picked cilantro out of Ariana's mouth the other day. Because I told her and she missed it. And I was just like, just got in there and did it for her. Yeah. So I think that's also a type of
take it
love.
One step further and actually help them out.
Yeah, just pick it out.
Yeah.
So, or like a booger in someone's nose. If I love them, I'll just pick it out.
Oh, the booger in the nose is terrible. Because I feel like that's something that happens to me every single time I'm in a pool. I think you've picked my nose a couple times.
And you don't like it, but I will do it anyway. I'll just jump on you and do it. But yeah, it's something you're not a fan of, but I will.
Well, I'll like just like let me know, and then let me attempt first, and then if I don't, then you can get your finger in there.
Yeah.
But I just do it.
You just do it.
You strike first and then ask. Okay.
Well, shoot first, ask questions later.
Anyway.
Anywho, well, I'm sorry she wept into your privates. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Hey, Katie, what are some of your relationship green flags?
Oh, like emotional availability, honesty, trust, someone just
hot.
Oh yeah, hot, of course. Green flag.
I could not agree more. We always obsess over red flags, which we should avoid, when we should be focusing more on looking for green flags in friends and partners.
If you're not sure what they look like, therapy can help you identify green flags, actively practice them in your relationships, and embody the green flag energy yourself.
Well, and also sometimes I salivate over red flags. I'm like, ugh, hot, but I've really had to retrain my brain in therapy.
Oh, yeah.
Whether you're dating, married, building a friendship, or just working on yourself, it's time to form relationships that love you back.
I think people sometimes look at therapy as like, I'm broken or I'm down and out or I'm depressed, and not understand that it's actually a wonderful tool just to help you grow as an individual.
One of my favorite phrases is people go to therapy for the people in their life that won't go to therapy. So don't be the person that doesn't. Everyone can benefit from it.
Oh, 100%. That's why BetterHelp is such a game changer. It's fully online, makes therapy affordable and convenient, and serves over 5 million people worldwide.
Across a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties, and easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost.
Discover your relationship green flags with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/disrespectfully today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/disrespectfully. Oh my God. Do you want to know what the worst thing in the world is?
Extra fees.
Yes. That was very good.
You're like, obviously being buried alive would be worse. But yeah.
Yeah, no, extra fees. I hate them. I was buying concert tickets the other day, and that dollar sign would not stop going up. And it filled me with unsurmountable rage.
Did you send a rage text?
I wanted to. I was looking for a number.
That sucks. But what if I told you there was a solution to that very specific and infuriating type of rage?
Tell me, because I'm over here trying to make financial progress and life keeps throwing me curveballs.
One word, Chime. A Chime checking account makes financial progress easier with features like no maintenance fees, fee overdraft up to $200, or getting paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit.
Ooh, I like that, early. Like when the money hits the account early. You're telling me I can join millions of Chime members who are working on financial progress?
Are you listening to me? Yeah, that's exactly what I said. We both know community is so important, and Chime is your girl. To date, Chime has spotted members over $30 billion. That's billion with a B.
With a B. You know what else is crazy?
What?
Eligible members can get complimentary boost to temporarily increase a friend's Spot Me limit, which is pretty incredible.
Make progress towards a better financial future with Chime. Open your account in 2 minutes at chime.com/disrespectfully. That's chime.com/disrespectfully. Chime feels like progress.
Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank NA or Stride Bank NA. Members FDIC. Spot Me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Boosts are available to eligible Chime members enrolled in Spot Me and are subject to monthly limits. Timing depends on your submission of payment file. Fees apply at out-of-network ATMs.
February is the month of love, and there's nothing I love more than treating myself to a comfortable bra. Seriously, life is too short to wear bad bras. I literally won't do it. Luckily, today's episode is brought to you by Honey Love, the brand that's completely revolutionized the wireless bra, the only type I will put on my body.
I've come around to bras a lot more because now I think people are actually paying attention to the fact that they're so deeply uncomfortable, and they're trying just to like we said, with Honey Love, revolutionize them. So it doesn't feel like it's poking into you, digging into you, pulling, the straps aren't falling down. Like, bras have really come a long way.
Well, that's the only reason I stopped wearing them, because I was uncomfortable, and it's not as much of a movement as it is. If I'm not comfortable, I'm not wearing it.
If I could get away with not wearing a bra, I would.
It's a curse I wish I had. I have a lot less breasts than you, so we have different bra goals, but it accommodates both of them.
Well, Honey Love has cracked the code on combining comfort, support, and style. Say goodbye to those poking underwires and the straps that dig in. With Honey Love, you'll actually want to wear your bra. It's crazy, right? In fact, you might even forget you're wearing one. They're honestly that comfortable.
Trust me, I've tried them, and let's just say my rip it off the minute I get home days are officially over. The best part? Their bras offer as much support as a traditional bra, even though they're wireless. Once you try Honey Love, you won't go back. I don't. I can't. I shan't.
For a limited time, you can get Honey Love on sale. Treat yourself to 20% off your entire order by heading to honeylove.com/disrespectfully. Support the show and check them out because you deserve this glow up.
Treat yourself to the most comfortable bra on earth and save 20% off site-wide at honeylove.com/disrespectfully. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off. honeylove.com/disrespectfully.
After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Treat yourself to Honey Love because you deserve it. And so do your boobs.
Yeah, they do. Robin says, "Hi, ladies. This is a long story, so if you make it through, thank you. When I was 14, I had the perfect sneaking out method. I lived in a 2-story house and my mom set the home alarm every night so I couldn't open the doors. I would unlock the kitchen window on the first floor, climb out, land on my back porch, and go on my merry way. I did this for months without getting caught. One freezing cold January night, I suited up with my furry Ugg boots, puffer jacket, scarf, gloves, and freshly applied lip gloss, began to strut down the stairs to head to the kitchen. As I reached the bottom of the staircase, to my surprise, the house alarm started blaring because my mom had set the motion detector.
Damn.
My mom busted out of her bed and asked where I was going. I said, getting some water. My mom said, in your Ugg boots? Nice try. Go back to bed. So she finally had found out my method. I retreated to my bedroom to come up with a plan. No way was I missing out on tonight's activities. I had planned to meet with my boyfriend and some friends for a party and nothing was stopping me. My bedroom was on the 2nd story on the back end of my house. My dumbass literally tied bed sheets together to my bedpost and shimmied out the window down the backside of my house, gym class rope style. Fast forward to 3 a.m. when I arrived back to my home. The night consisted of bong rips, 4 locos, and I had no business even attempting to climb back up.
Yeah, what?
I tried and tried and tried. I would make it about halfway up the house every time, but I did not possess the body strength to make it to my window. Gym class rope climbing was never my thing. I'm more of a jump rope girly. Did you have to do that?
Jump rope?
The rope.
I don't remember doing the rope. I remember a lot of jump roping though.
I had to, and I would make it to the top because I'm competitive. But guess what? I don't like heights. And there was like a mat for ants at the bottom. So if you fell, if you plummet to I feel like that is such a liability.
Yeah, I feel like similar to this story, it's like you were able to make it one way, but didn't think about the rest of the way. The return trip.
Especially with the 4 locos and the bongs. Like it's just, yeah, this is not a
And
thing
I'm assuming those were the original formula for 4 locos as well, which were lethal.
Absolutely. They absolutely were. As I was dangling in the air, fucked up and feeling the 20-degree wind slapping on my face with my arms feeling like straight noodles, I threw in the towel and gave up. I came up with the perfect plan. I'd wait for my mom to leave for work in the morning. She routinely left at 6. I found a blanket in the shed and curled up while freezing my ass off, patiently waiting to hear the garage door open so I could run inside undetected. Except that never happened. Because it was Saturday, my mom didn't have to work. We were on Christmas break from school. I got the days mixed up. My mom woke up and went to the back door to get the newspaper like she usually would on the weekends and screamed when she saw sheets hanging from my window. By this point, I was so fucking cold, I didn't care if I got caught, so I ran out of the shed to find her. She immediately brought me inside, wrapped me in a blanket, and had me sit by the fireplace while she made some hot tea. I remember thinking, wow, she's not nearly as mad as I thought she would be, until I eventually thawed out. Then I got my ass handed to me and was grounded for months. If you made it through my story and want to read it, feel free to use the Cliff Notes. I'm not worried about being anonymous. Love you both, Robin from North Carolina. No, that was a very well written, good long story with pertinent information. I would say I love that your mom like took the time to let you heal before she came down on you. One time I snuck out. We snuck out of my friend's house that I was sleeping at, went to a party. Party got busted by cops. We ran. We had to figure out, we were trying to go back to her house. Her mom did not like me, kicked us out of her. We were so visibly drunk, which is honestly irresponsible on the mom. She should have called my mom or like, I don't know. It was just crazy. She was like, you guys are not sleeping here. So we went to our friend's older sister's apartment who was not home. We tried to sleep there. Then we broke into the gym at that apartment complex and we slept in the gym that they kept AC on. It was winter time in Seattle. We spooned together and just like shook near the free weights. And then at the earliest possible time, went home. It was like 6 a.m. I was hungover. I hadn't slept. I was freezing. I went in my house. My mom had, I don't know how, I can't remember how she found out, but she flipped my mattress on the wall because I needed to clean out from underneath my bed. She had me deep clean the entire house and just waiting for me to like fess up to what had happened. And that it was like corporal punishment. So there were no like soft landings for when I did that shit. Like when I threw up in the sink, like it was on and cracking. So I'm glad she was nice to you.
Yeah. I just think, next time, or if anyone plans on sneaking out, to like have a solid re-entry.
Yeah. And I mean, it seems like she didn't pre-funk. So you had the chance to really think. What is this going to look like tonight?
Yeah, but I love that it's just such like the bed sheets out the window. Like, I thought that was just in the movies.
No, that's wild. And I'm glad also you didn't break your arm coming out of the thing. Like you made it down. But the amount of times that we, like the memes I see about that you tell your parents you're one place and you're just like throwing up in a cornfield somewhere, it's just like astounding that I am alive today at 34.
It's a rite of passage.
You're 16 in the back of some 21-year-old's car with your little Kirkland Sig crinkled up water bottle of Monarch vodka. Like it's just horrible. I was such a naughty Parker.
Amazing.
Anyway, your turn.
Okay. All right, Lindsay says, "Hi, ladies. I've been a religious listener of your podcast since day one and have such respect for you both. Your podcast is a literal light in my life." Oh my God.
Thank you.
We're so happy for that.
Peach.
Oddly enough, I always wanted to write in with some of my funny/regrettable experiences of my early years, but now I find myself questioning which subject I should be writing into. I'm an LA native, walk the Silver Lake Reservoir religiously. Hell yeah. And during the wildfires, I was fired out of nowhere from my career job, and my boyfriend who I lived with broke up with me. Damn.
Sounds like things are going really well.
Yeah. I'm currently living in a friend's guest house in Silver Lake. No, never for free. And just trying to survive. Instead of writing about my awful life events as of late, I'm choosing to share a story from my former years.
I'm so sorry you're going through all that.
I know, but guess what? I think this is sometimes the universal way of just saying like,
rejection is redirection.
yeah, like something better is coming your way. I strongly believe that. Okay. I was 21, just moved to a new house in this artsy neighborhood and was really feeling life. My new place didn't have a washer or dryer, so my girlfriend came over one day with her laundry so we could spend a stupid day doing stupid laundry at a laundromat 1 block from my new place. This turned into an epic day drinking event. No, let's see this happen. And this is all I know. I woke up the next morning naked on a mattress on the floor. I looked next to me on the bed and didn't fully recognize who was next to me. I rubbed my eyes, looked out the window, and saw my house. Somehow I ended up at the neighbors across the street that day and never made it home. I tried to cover myself with a single sheet on the mattress and asked this man boy next to me for water. This sounds like a nightmare.
Oh no.
He brought me a used Yoplait yogurt container. What? I asked him where my clothes were, and he was surprised I didn't remember stripping myself naked in his backyard and decorating his hammock with my undergarments. What a walk of shame. I had to go to his backyard, pick my clothing items from tree branches, and make my way across the street. The worst part is that he thought this all meant something other than utter embarrassment, so he would wait for me to get home from work and then pop up at my front door. Oh no. It got so bad that I would crawl home, not turn on any lights, and just crawl below my windows. Oh, not turn on any lights and just crawl below my windows for weeks so I didn't have to deal with him. Advice to all, never hook up with anyone who lives in close proximity to know when you're home. Anyway, you guys have been a safe haven for my hardships, mental health lately, and I love you so much for that. Feel like I'm just hanging out with my friends when I listen. Forever grateful, Lindsay. Jesus.
Okay, Lindsay, we love you. We are definitely best friends. I think there are a few red flags here about this story. I am more disturbed by anything about the Yoplait yogurt container. So is she saying that that's what he got her water in?
Yeah.
That's freaky. We've heard a lot of weird dildos on walls and bedrooms and shit on this podcast.
The Yoplait, like
that's so violent. I just
also quick side note.
Yuck.
I don't know any of these. I didn't pick these, but they're funny, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, good job.
I don't know.
Lynn.
Yeah, I don't. Just a side note. I don't. I read them this morning, so this is my first time ever.
I haven't had a walk of shame in so long, a good one. But when I was in college, because the Greek system was really big at my university and I was in it, they used to do this thing. So walk of shame, like you'd be usually wearing a combination of, you know, a guy's clothes or someone else's clothes and your clothes, and you look just like a total skank. And if it was, you know, you always did it at like 6 a.m, like try to get back before people are walking to class and shit. And if any of the frat bros saw you, they would run out onto their balconies and scream shacker until like, and it'd be an entire block. And so they would like have other guys come out and they would just shout at you, shacker. That's what we called it, shacking, when you just like ended up somewhere that was not your home.
There was a whole,
shacker culture.
Oh, but just like the waking up and not remember, that is such a awful feeling.
It's a bad feeling.
It's really bad.
It's a bummer. But anywho, we hope this helps or something. We love you. Things are going to get better. At least you don't have any Yoplait yogurt waters in your future.
Yuck.
Vanessa says, salutations, Dana and Katie. I wanted to share a short but sweet hometown hero story. I have a history of bad allergies. There are days I cannot stop sneezing and my nose drips all day long, which causes me to sneeze more when I attempt to clean off the drip from my nose. Sidebar, me and Raleigh's friend Kate, when she sneezes, it's 40 times in a row. It's not even allergies. It's just, she's like a cat. She's like, choo, 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 choo. So you just have to wait. You hear one, you have to wait for it to be over.
There's this thing that's been happening to me lately where I'll have to have a sneeze and it'll either sneeze or not, but I'll have this intense shiver.
You gear up for it?
No, after, or it was just and all of a sudden I think it's an inside sneeze. Like an inner body sneeze, because why would I?
Maybe it's your third chakra sneezing. One day I was having sex with a boyfriend of mine and he was eating me out. This day happened to be one of those bad allergy days and I was on my back, eyes rolling to the back of my head, getting my cookie eaten out. My nose starts to drip. I try to clean the drip off with my forearm and that caused me to sneeze, which caused me to fart in 0.1 of a second in my boyfriend's face and a smelly fart. That. I immediately put a pillow over my face and got into the fetal position and started laughing so fucking hard with my boyfriend. We both laughed for a solid 10 minutes before we went back to it and finished quickly without any other interruptions. Thankfully, we were high and found it hilarious, but looking back now, I'm surprised he never got pink eye. Love you both.
Oh, God.
Have you ever ripped ass in someone's face?
No, but it's something that on numerous occasions I've been super nervous about. You know, I don't know, just because you want to be able to fully relax, obviously, but that also it comes with a risk. I don't know. I don't know if it's irrational because it happens, but I don't think it's super common. But I would literally that would stick with me for a really long time. Oh my God,
it's my biggest fear, and I've been fortunate to not have it happen. But a girlfriend of mine, when we were living together after college, was going down on this guy and he was so drunk and he tooted 6 times. It was brrr, and she just sat up and he was just he was just so drunk he didn't even notice.
Ew.
Yeah, it was. And then that man went on to get engaged to this girl that we knew years later. And in the announcement photo, she was he tooted right as we were taking this photo. And we're okay, so this
So what's with him flatulating?
I don't know. I was okay.
Flatulating, is that?
I don't know, but I was okay, Shrek,
Dude.
relax.
Ew.
Anyway, moving on. No shame. I'm so glad you guys laughed about it and he was your boyfriend. At least it wasn't a rando.
I know. The only time it's okay, I would really be mortified if that happened. But then sometimes you always think about I wonder if I toot in my sleep. And if someone's awake, there's
no way I don't. I always say one of the best things
that's
about
not me though. I don't know that girl.
One of the best I don't know her. One of the best things about being single that I will treasure forever, for eventually when I meet the love of my life and I don't want to be doing this, getting home and just ripping ass. You have tooting a stomachache away and you just don't no one there to judge you.
That's one of my favorite memes. I said to Ariana, I was yeah, sex is cool, but have you ever farted away a stomachache? Honestly, there's when you have that pressure in your stomach and you're oh my God.
I treasure it. Anywho, well, it's not a poop, but it is a toot story, so we're gearing up.
They're all in the same family. Okay. Gemma says, hey gals, I've got a story that's haunted me for years and might just haunt you too. Flashback to my early 20s, around 24, and my best friend and I decided to take Southeast Asia by storm. Mostly stumble our way through. One particularly chaotic night in Bangkok. Wow. I imagine Bangkok is always pretty chaotic. Only because I've seen The Hangover 3, 2. Anyways, doesn't matter.
No, there's 47.
We found ourselves on Khausan Road. If you know,
maybe
you know.
the K silent. Hausen. I don't know. Hausen. I don't know.
It's KHAOSAN. If you're wondering. If you know, you know. Where I may have had one too many happy drinks. What is that?
I'm guessing.
Is that just a cocktail?
Well, no, I'm guessing that's drugs of some kind.
I don't know. Drugs are really illegal in Thailand.
Well, lots of people still do them.
Okay.
You ever seen those midnight rave or the moon raves or
I would
whatever?
be too scared. You go to immediate jail.
Yeah, I wouldn't have some on me, but if I consented and someone wanted to throw some in a bevy of mine, I'd probably do it.
Volunteer spiking of the drink.
Rooflin, I'm
no, but volunteer spiking of the drink.
Yeah.
Got it.
Only consensual.
Long story short, I have zero recollection of how we made it back to our hostel. Oh no, a hostel.
Ugh, our
Now,
biggest
at
fear.
the time, we were staying in an all-female dorm with 14 other girls from all corners of the globe. That's too many people in a room.
Mhm.
Sorry. So when I woke up the next morning, still feeling like I had been hit by a tuk-tuk, I noticed some side-eye action happening. A couple of the girls were whispering and glancing our way. Naturally, I assumed they were just mad we'd been loud coming in. It wasn't that bad, right? So I staggered to the bathroom, bumping into a chair in the middle of the room. Weird, but I wasn't exactly in a state to question it. When I returned, my friend, equally confused, asked, why are they mad at us? Cue the paranoia spiral. About 30 minutes later, one brave soul walked over, pointed at the chair and said, you need to clean that up. Naturally, I was like, what on earth could they mean? I looked at the chair and the floor, and then it hit me. In my drunken haze, I had dragged the chair into the middle of the room and used it as a toilet.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
a toilet. I had peed all over it. Apparently, the entire room had witnessed this late night spectacle. The sound of me dragging the chair across the floor had roused other girls who got a front row seat to my impromptu bathroom session on some poor hostel owner's furniture. Now, you think I would do the responsible thing and clean up the mess, maybe an offer to pay for the chair, but nope. Instead, I pulled a classic move. I denied everything. We packed up and strutted out of there like we hadn't terrorized the dorm room with a chair-based public urination incident. How dare they ask us to clean up after ourselves, right? Anyways, thanks for listening. You two are legends. Love you. Bye. I would probably run too.
Yeah.
At that point, I'd be like, you didn't see me.
I would as well. And one thing about me, I think they had the right to be mad at you, but my favorite thing to do is to think people are mad at me. It's like literally every single day you breathe weird and I'm like, this is it. It's something deep rooted in my childhood, but the stress of thinking people are mad at you, it's so much to handle. But yeah, you did a bad thing, especially when you wake up, but you know you did something wrong and you're in the wrong after a night of drinking. That's such a bad feeling.
When you don't remember coming home and then there's a whole incident of you that you just have no recollection of. Yeah, I would be like, I don't know who you're talking about.
You just have Taco Bell nacho cheese caked on your fingers. A little trail of lettuce to your bed, and you're like, what happened here?
That's hilarious. Do you know that Taco Bell has a new menu item?
The
little
little
burritos.
grilled cheese burritos?
Yeah.
I stay on Taco Bell news. Of course I
I
do.
know.
I haven't tried it yet. Have you tried it?
Yeah. I got the chicken ones.
Do you like it?
I loved it. You know, the Chipotle cream dipping sauce felt like an unnecessary item to add. Like, they need to come out with like a little bit more of like a saucy sauce, not just everything being basically a sour cream with something else mixed into it.
I love that sauce.
No, I'm just saying it was good, but I want like more of like a consomme, like they do with like a birria.
Not
Like
consomme. It's Taco Bell. I think you're asking for a little too much there.
El Pollo Loco did birria tacos and their shit was great, but I don't know, or just like some kind of like salsa-y type dipping sauce.
I'm really loyal to my fast food orders, so it's hard for me. I mean, also, this is another tick about me. I just do well with the same thing once I know it, like creature of habit. What's your typical Taco Bell order?
Well, we both love the cheesy bean and rice burrito.
Yeah,
I love that.
I know what I'm saying.
I like a cheesy gordita crunch. And then also I get like the nachos Bel Grande, but I completely overhaul them. No beef, none of that nacho cheese sauce, no sour cream. I add rice, red sauce, tomatoes, sometimes onions, and lettuce on top. And I just get the regular cheese blend melted.
Sexy.
They're so good. Try it.
Depending on how hungry I am, I get the bean and cheesy burrito, like we say. Sometimes I add onions. So sometimes I do 2 of those. Or always, and I guess no beef. So beans, I do the Doritos, Los Tacos, cheesy gordita crunch with beans instead of beef. So depending on my hunger, sometimes I'll do 2 of those and 1 burrito. No one needs that amount of food ever, but I do that. I always do the cinnamon bun bites because they're delicious. I'm keeping that item in stock at all Taco Bells. And then I do a medium Baja Blast Zero because healthy.
Oh, I love the Baja Blast. Sometimes I get the frozen Baja Blast icy.
Oh, delicious. When I get the zero, I'm like, oh, good luck finding my waist.
I know. Oh my God, I'm so skinny after this.
And I need 3. I need 3 of the hottest. Is it the black one or the orange one? I always get it confused.
Diablo or the Fire?
I get it confused with that, and I think I like the orange one at Del Taco, and then the black one at Taco Bell. But I need 3 packets per item.
I love the flavor of their like hot. So it's not super spicy, but the flavor is really nice in their hot sauce. It's like those regular hot one. If Taco Bell, if you're listening, if you could just bring back the naked chalupa, that'd be great.
Also, Taco Bell, if you're listening, how many more times do we have to sing your praises? When are you going to sponsor us? I've never felt thirstier. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not
And
doing this for my health.
Also, just leave the double decker on the menu, the double decker taco. Just leave that shit on the menu.
Do what's working right. It's like when you're this more so having sex with a man than a woman, but when you're like, keep doing that.
You're like,
and
that
then
feels good. And then they just
immediately change it up. And you're like, so just say you don't want me to come. It's the same thing. I'm like, we're saying what we like on the menu and you're not listening.
Yeah.
Listening ears.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, I think we were doing something. Last one. Anonymous says, Mom Gummy Story. Hi, Katie and Dana. Love you both in this pod. Here's a comical story for you. I'm a middle-aged mom of 2 teens, and every once in a while with my girlfriends, I will enjoy a night with CBD gummies for some good laughs. I say CBD like this because you mean THC, but my husband, or maybe it's a combo, I don't know, but that's just very cute.
Yeah.
My husband went to a non-regulated place and purchased some new gummies for us. They were 1.5 milligram per bear. We decided to take them one night, and I usually do around 5 milligrams, so I took 2 gummy bears. After I took the gummy, my friend looked at the package and said, are you sure it's 1.5 milligrams? It looks like 150 milligrams. We all say, what? No, it's 1.5 milligrams, and looked at the package again. Of course, I immediately got anxious, but felt, nope, the package shows it's 1.5. 20 minutes later, I was super anxious and so high. My husband looked at the package and zoomed in, and yep, it was 150 milligrams per bear, and I took 2, so I took 300 milligrams. I spent the night puking, shaking, and feeling like time was going so slow. Took me about a week to completely feel normal. Never slept so much in my life. The worst, but good lesson to my teens as they saw it all and had to hear Mom took a gummy that was way higher than she thought. Thanks.
150 in a singular gummy bear is crazy.
Well, she said unregulated. So, I mean, the thing is, in college, there is, for me, nothing worse. We all know I don't really consume cannabis than when you're too high. Time is literally 8 hours and you know it's going to take 2, but every minute is so long. And the feeling of an unregulated edible, because all the edibles I've done in the last, 8 years have been from stores where you knew what it was. But I ate like a little cookie once that was the worst night of my life. And who knows what was in it? Like, I'm guessing like 50 to 100 maybe. So
but
it's
like, who is ingesting that much at a time? That is insane. Like, I mean, I'm used to like, yeah, gummies that are 1.5 or 3. Like, I've seen them 10, and that's a lot in one gummy, I feel like.
Oh, I would need to go to the hospital. It's the same thing, kind of same, but different. But like those dildos that are the size of a small animal, like who needs that much? No one. Like, what are you doing? Who's using all of that?
Someone with a serious kink.
Someone's doing a 300 milligram gummy and then sitting on one of those. I'm like, that person, I'm not trying to kink shame, but holy shit. Anyway,
Crazy.
Should we solve some problems?
Let's give some advice and open and ask for walks advice, people.
WWDD.
Laura says, "Is my boyfriend a loser?" If you have to ask,
I'm guessing yes, but let's keep it open mind.
I'm a day 1 listener and can say I'm fully obsessed with the pod. Katie, I loved you on VPR and appreciate your no bullshit attitude and ability to be unapologetically yourself. Dana, you are my spirit animal. Your humor and vulnerability are your greatest superpowers. Never change. I need some advice from my girl gang. I have been dating my boyfriend for 3 months and adore him. He's patient, kind, attentive, and treats me like gold. So how's he a loser?
I'm sure we're getting to that.
Okay. For context, I am 33 and have worked really hard on myself for the last few years. My ultimate goal in life is to meet my person and live with them, hopefully with many animals and lots of love. I'm a very career-driven and ambitious. Ambition is super important to me. That being said, almost all of my relationships have been with emotionally abusive men who I have tried to fix and constantly make my anxious attachment style creep up as they avoid me and I chase them.
This is me, actually. I wrote this in, so it sounds pretty much to me.
Dysregulating? I don't know.
Yeah, this is
terrible.
me.
Now for the tea. I have known my boyfriend for about 8 years, and prior to reconnecting 4 months ago, he was never really on my radar. I know him through one of my best friends, and he has been around, but has not been someone that I have spent tons of time with. We reconnected at a show, and he confessed his love for me. I was hesitant because on paper, he really isn't my type, but I saw a different side of him that I found incredibly attractive and endearing. Still waiting to get to the bad part.
We're really waiting. Yeah.
I don't understand. Everything has been great since we started dating, but there's a piece of me that wonders if I'm settling because he's the first person I have ever been with who's treated me well and made me feel safe. Okay. He is a server at a restaurant and makes good money, but is brilliant and could be doing more. He moved to Colorado for college on an academic scholarship and was kicked out after 2 years for selling weed. Our partnership has been great, but I'm worried about the fact that we live very different lives. I always saw myself as somebody with a steady 9 to 5 and a 401k, health insurance, etc. This is the healthiest relationship I've been in, but I'm worried about our future. My best friend said she thought he seemed like a loser, and my family is pressuring me to pressure him to go back to school and make something of himself. Ew, I don't like that. Every time I ask him about his future and what he wants in life, he digs his heels in and insists that he's perfectly comfortable where he is at and has no plans to change. I have tried to quiet the outside noise in my head, but I can't help but feel that if I continue to date him, I'll wake up one day and resent him for his career. Am I being unreasonable because my upbringing has taught me that men need to be the breadwinners and women need a man who's successful? Or should I be leaning into the fact that I'm in a healthy, stable relationship with somebody who knows themselves well enough to know that they are enough? I truly don't know if I should cut things off now or be happy with the fact that I'm in love with someone who makes me feel like sunshine. Any advice is welcomed. Thanks in advance for always keeping it real. XOXO Laura. With all respect,
We're gonna say the same thing.
You are being completely irrational. Sorry. I know it's important to like, you thought you had this idea of the person that you wanted, but also like more importantly, it's how the person treats you. Like, again, like if he's happy and he makes decent money and everything like that, like he's going to continue to do it because he's happy and enjoys it. And also like has a wonderful lady in his life. Like I feel like it is sort of like this like archaic sort of thing. And it's internalized misogyny that like men need to like bring home the bacon and provide and do all that. Like men need to be a little bit more emotionally available and provide that kind of support more than they do monetarily. So I think just because, yeah, this is like the first healthy relationship, it might be the last. I don't mean to be grim and dark about it, but like you found something that is really rare, unfortunately. And I think that you should try to overlook what you thought or what other people say and say, fuck it, I'm happy. And I'm, be just the envy of everyone in your love.
Yeah, I totally agree with Katie on this. I would say that I understand where you're coming from in terms of I came from a really unstable childhood. So for me, even in my own career, what I'm doing right now with the podcast, like I saw myself as having just always a corporate job and having someone else. But the thing is, you might give this up because they're not who you thought they should be. And especially if they're comfortable and they feel good about where they are. And then you might find some person that on paper has what you want from a career perspective, but it is a fucking weirdo. Sorry, sometimes you meet men who are more successful and you pay for that in a different way. So if you have a stable relationship with someone you really love who, quote, makes you feel like sunshine, well, would you rather be with someone with a 401k that makes you feel like a bridge troll? No, I would say not. So, and at the end of the day, I do think that you need to evaluate if that's something you can get through, because if you can't, you will end up punishing him by making him feel and letting the outside peanut gallery get to you. And you don't want to try and make him feel bad about himself or end up having him resent you. So I would say first, figure out if you can get through this, but I recommend that you do. Try and shake that off. And also, girl power. It's 2025. We need to continue to push past the patriarchal ideology that we were born into to look at things a certain way. And honestly, for me, I maybe saw myself with more of that too, but I would take love and a solid person who makes me feel good any day over what career I think they should be in.
Yeah. And I mean, the bad news is that, as you get older and you're further along in life, you're going to realize that you're not going to find a perfect person that checks all your boxes. Like you just aren't. Sorry. So I think while it's important to uphold like certain standards for yourself, I think you'll find that those standards should be rooted more in somebody's integrity and character as opposed to like what kind of job they have.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make a person. I think someone, their values and how they treat people and how they show up and everything, that is going to be far more of a happy, enriching, what do they call it? Different kind of wealth. Let's put it that way.
Like I love when I see on TikToks when it's something sweet or sentimental and people are like, oh, you're rich. I think there's so many ways to be wealthy and a lot of that is overlooked.
For sure. But yeah, try to just focus on whether or not that's something that is more valuable to you.
Hope this helps.
Hope it helps.
When it comes to grocery shopping, I've got this problem that I'm lazy and I don't want to do it. Every single time I want to start eating healthier and treating my body like the temple it is, I get so sidetracked in the snack aisle. It's becoming an issue. It's not cute and girl dinner if girl dinner is every meal of your life.
Speak for yourself.
I had pickles and Triscuits last night.
I'm the same way. I always enter with intention. I want fruit. I want vegetable. I want whole grain. But then I see those tiny, like little mini M&Ms and all the other candies surrounding it, and it's game over for me.
Girl, don't even get me started on those little M&Ms. But all of my issues with self-control in those aisles, it's changed thanks to Hungry Root.
Literally same.
It's the easiest way to eat healthy. It just is, and we like ease.
Like literally the same. Hungry Root is like having your own personal shopper. They take care of the weekly grocery shopping, recommending healthy groceries tailored to your taste, nutrition preferences, and health goals. All I have to do is sit back, relax, and dream of the delicious food that will soon be at my door.
Well, on top of making grocery shopping simple and stress-free, I feel seen by Hungry Root on a level that no man has ever seen me. You just tell them about your goals and preferences, and they fill your cart for you with personalized recommendations that get smarter as they learn more about what you liked or didn't love so much.
That's kind of hot, to be honest.
It is hot.
Do you want to know what's even hotter?
Obviously.
Family planning, not that kind of family planning though. Hungry Root has great options for the whole family with healthy groceries like smoothies, kids snacks, sweets, ready-to-eat meals, salad kits, and even supplements. There's no high fructose corn syrup, artificial sweeteners, or preservatives in any of Hungry Root's foods. They only source top quality meat and seafood free of hormones and antibiotics.
You're going to love Hungry Root as much as I do. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/disrespectfully and use code disrespectfully. That's hungryroot.com/disrespectfully, code disrespectfully to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/disrespectfully, code disrespectfully. You want to know what the worst thing in the world is?
What?
Anxiety sweats. The feeling of terror and the BO coursing through your veins and out your pores.
That's disgusting.
It's gross.
BO through the pores is the worst. But you know what will fix that? Lumi.
Lumi, the whole body deodorant that we and everyone we know is obsessed with. That Lumi?
Yes, that very Lumi. The one that's safe to use anywhere on your body, pits, under boobs, thigh folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, vulvas, and feet.
And your head, shoulders, knees, and toes. We pretty much covered it all.
Totally.
Boob sweat and swamp ass be gone. And the best part, it was created by an OBGYN who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. Plus, Lumi is clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. We do recommend you shower, though, in that time, but it can do it.
Yeah. Well, my new fave is the Clean Tangerine Spray Deodorant. Not only do I smell like a fresh, flirty, and fruity woman, but it also doesn't leave any marks on my clothes.
That's huge. And all products are baking soda free, paraben free, and pH balanced for that safe to use below the waist feeling. I love that.
Love that. Lumi's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping.
As a special offer for listeners, new customers get 15% off all Lumi products with our exclusive code. And if you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off their starter pack. Use code disrespectfully for 15% off your first purchase at lumideodorant.com. That's code disrespectfully at LUMEDEODORANT.com.
Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Lumi. So I have a problem.
What?
Well, I have many problems, but I keep signing up for free trials for things I don't need for fun, and then I forget they exist and get charged out the wazoo.
Not the wazoo.
Yeah, it's becoming an issue.
You know what's even worse? When you try and cancel that subscription, but then there are a million gazillion little subcategories in the fine print that are so confusing, you can't actually cancel it.
The millions of hoops. But thanks to Rocket Money, I can see all my subscriptions in one place and cancel the ones I'm not using anymore. And now I'm saving money.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. See all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. For the ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money, they cancel it. They can help you cancel it.
Bye-bye. Rocket Money's dashboard gives you a clear view of your expenses across all of your accounts. Easily create a personalized budget with custom categories to help keep your spending on track. See your monthly spending trends in each category to know where exactly your money is going. Get alerts if bills increase in price, there's unusual spending activity, or if you're close to going over your budget, which happens every day.
Constantly. The new goals feature automatically saves money for you, so you don't have to think about it. Pay off credit card debt, put away more money for a house, or just build your savings. Rocket Money makes it easy.
Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save. Then you can ask them to negotiate for you. What's even better is they'll deal with customer service so you don't have to.
I will avoid that at all costs. It's my favorite feature about that. Rocket Money has over 5 million users that have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features.
Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/disrespectfully today. That's rocketmoney.com/disrespectfully. rocketmoney.com/disrespectfully.
Anonymous says, first, I want to say love the pod. Funny thing, Dana, I thought you were Canadian by the way you pronounce some words. I love how you speak, by the way. Promise it's not a diss. Ha ha. Well, I was raised near Canada. I mean, Seattle, it's like a couple of...
I've never heard you...
No, you don't think I'm all about the Maple Leafs?
No, I've never heard a Canadian... no.
Okay.
But I don't know. We all...
Okay, well, Anonymous,
we all talk weird.
You're an idiot. No, I'm just kidding. You're not at all.
Just kidding.
Anywho, I need some advice. My spouse and I have been together for almost 8 years. We own a home together, no kids. And every time a discussion comes up regarding our relationship, my father is around. He always questions when my spouse is going to pop the question. He seems to question it as if my boyfriend doesn't want to. He told me once he wants to ask him what his intentions are. What is this, the fucking 1800s? And I have told him many times, of course, we want to get married, but we can't just whip out thousands of dollars for a ring, and we don't have the income to plan a wedding anytime soon either.
I have a question. Why is she referring to her spouse, but they're not married? This is confusing.
Well, it's common. I'm guessing it's
no, I know, but like,
common law.
Wouldn't, I don't know. Like a spouse would imply a marriage. A partner would imply someone that you're committed to for life.
Yeah.
I'm just.
I don't know.
Listen, correct me if I'm wrong, but
tomato for me.
Whatever.
My father doesn't seem to understand everyone's budget is different. Everyone's timeline is different. Of course, if I had it my way, I'd want to be engaged already, but I don't think my father needs to put pressure on our relationship, and not just my father, but I think it's rude for anyone to put type of pressure on anyone's relationship at all. My question is, what do you recommend me telling my dad to basically cool it in a respectful way about getting engaged or the timeline of our relationship? Sorry if this is a bit too long, but maybe this advice can help someone else too. Thanks, girls. XX. You know what's funny to me? That was a completely adequate length. And it's always the people who do that that are like, I'm sorry, it's long. I'm like, no, that was great.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I can only see this through my lens of how I'd handle this. And my first thing would say is, what the fuck do you think this is, the 1800s? But if you want to be respectful, I would say, I understand that you may have different values, but I'm happy where I am in my relationship. And you putting this pressure on me and him is going to create contention and resentment. And I really don't need that. I'm happy. I've been with this person for 8 years, although I don't need you to ask what his intentions are, because I know what his intentions are. Like for me, it sounds like you have a really solid foundation and you trust where you are in your relationship. So if you are, you need to set that boundary. And I feel like boomers love to not respect boundaries. So I would say you just need to be consistent in calling it out. I think it's really easy to be respectful but firm and just say like, this does not work for me. And it's impacting our relationship when you try to make me feel bad about my romantic relationship.
Yeah, I just think retweet everything you say. Yeah, it's a really firm boundary. Like the fact that your father feels so comfortable just inserting himself into your relationship like that is odd. And it just, it feels antiquated to have to like have a relationship be, they're only valid if you're married. You know, you can't just expend your life with somebody. I mean, like, yeah, marriage does change a relationship in ways, but like it's not going to like make a huge difference in your life. So like, I don't know, if you're comfortable with things, right, that's all that should matter. And he should just sit back and be like, well, I'm glad you're happy. Parents need to just be more excited when their kids are happy.
Or you could just go for a Dr. Evil in Austin Powers and say, Zippy Lid. Hello, Zippy Longstockings. Like, just go watch that whole moment.
Yeah.
That's great.
But I just think for anyone that's listening that's going through this, boundaries, 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 boundaries.
Yep.
Ashley says, hey, Katie and Dana.
Hey.
I wish I could say I was a day one viewer of VPR and a day one listener of the pod, but alas, I just discovered both in the last year. Well, welcome.
Welcome.
Better late than never. I have a pretty good feeling I'll be a lifelong fan of you girls, though. Awesome. Katie, your self-confidence and expectations on how to be treated have inspired me to set some healthy boundaries. And once I saw Dana on VPR, I immediately clocked her as a fellow PNW girly. As I'm catching up on episodes of the pod, I love to hear the little references of Washington that Dana makes. Bikini baristas, WSU. My fiance graduated from there. What is this beer called again?
Rainier.
Rainier beers and good old country buffet. In one of the early episodes, Dana mentions Old Country Buffet, which is my favorite restaurant to go to when I was a kid.
Oh, we didn't get to eat out a lot. I thought I was rich. I walked in there like a fucking king, right to the ice cream stand. It was the best.
We had like Sizzler. That was our like big buffet place.
I feel like most people who lived in chain restaurant areas had some iteration of that. Whatever.
Did you not
it
have
was.
Sizzler?
No, we did, but we just hit a
Old Country Buffet.
Yeah, OCB.
I think they had those as well, but I just never went to them. I was pretty brand loyal to Sizzler.
Okay, that makes sense.
She says that was the first place I ever saw that I could serve my own ice cream as a kid. And as a kid, I thought we just casually found heaven on earth. The one my family went to had a guy that tied balloons into animals. Oh, love that. Which was pretty impressive considering he was missing a few fingers on each hand. Wow,
There's a
legend
lid for every pot.
Legend. Remember when the balloon gal at Rainforest that just like ignored us and we had to like have someone grab her, bring her over to us?
Yeah, because she was tending to other kids on their birthdays, and I was like, I have less birthdays left in my life. I would argue that mine are more important than theirs.
Yeah.
Why don't you come over here and make me a shark hat? It's fucking discrimination.
Okay.
Ageist bitch.
But you got it. Anyways, to get to WWDD, any advice on how to navigate my own feelings when there's conflict in a friend group? For context, I'm not involved in the conflict, but I'm having a hard time not feeling like I should help resolve the issue. I do know that my friends are capable of resolving any issues they may have with each other on their own. Neither party is asking me to step in and take their side, but when we get together as a group, there is some tension. Any advice on how to deal with feeling like a fix-it Felix? I've never heard that. I
haven't either.
Sincerely, an aspiring, disrespectfully girly. P.S. Dana, you mentioned that sometimes you make the drive from Portland to Seattle. The best Mexican place on that stretch of the 15 is Rigo's. Do you know this place? Rigo's Finest Latin Grill in Longview, and you should definitely check it out.
I don't, but she means I-5. We call it the 5 here, but she's saying I-5.
I know that we call things wrong, but okay. The I-5 is Rigo's. Okay.
I've never heard of it, but if anyone drives through there, go try it and let us know.
I think right now it's just like you're just feeling like the discomfort of having to hang out in a group, and why are people all hanging out together if they don't get along? Like, don't put other people through that. Like, I don't know. If I were you, I would stay out of it. Because again, you never know what kind of impact and chain you could kick off by inserting yourself, especially if no one's asking. But I would say, maybe avoid the group settings. And if someone asks why, just be like, there's obvious tension and it feels awkward. So like, I don't want to get involved, but it'd be great if you guys could resolve your issues so we don't have to like sit in the funk of it all.
I would say that's a good idea for it more to organically come up if you just avoiding it and they are curious why. And I don't see any harm of just like maybe pointing out to them individually, like, hey, it's been weird. Do you think that this is going to have resolve? Because I don't think it's healthy to continue doing what we're doing, but it's not for me to fix or get involved with. But I understand those feelings of naturally wanting to be a helper, but sometimes people just got to fuck around and find out for themselves. And the best thing you can do is my favorite thing about being in my 30s and coming to the place of comfort I have with who I am and in my life is I'm not going to be around anyone I don't want to be around. I'm not going to be around any uncomfortable situations I don't want to be around. Yeah. You're welcome to sit it out and have individual relationships with them.
Yeah, I think navigating your feelings mostly involves with you respecting your own comfortability and protecting your peace. And if it feels like it's like energy vampire style when to hang out with that group, then just avoid it and do something that you're going to enjoy more. And I know it sucks because these are your friends, but again, hopefully someone takes notice and you can address it then. Just say like, I didn't want to get involved, so I just wanted to remove myself.
Do you know what's more fun than dealing with someone's awkward tension? Taking yourself on a date to Rainforest Cafe.
Oh yeah.
Highly recommend.
Go hit up a Old Country Buffet. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Yep.
Go hit up that soft serve stand, the ice cream stand.
Yeah, it was the most lit things in my childhood.
Yeah.
Tina says,
Tiffany,
Nope. Tiffany says,
Okay.
you can leave that in. Hey, queens. First of all, I just have to say how iconic your pod is. You guys have the best advice and funniest remarks. It feels as if I'm listening to conversation between my best friend and I, which brings me to my story. I have to say, that is my favorite compliment we get because the inception of the show was always to feel that way. And it just like makes me so happy that people, it reads like that.
I love hearing that.
I'll try and keep it as short as possible, like you haven't heard that one, LOL. Recently, I've been finding myself struggling with a relationship I have with my best friend. We have been friends for 15 plus years and we're more like sisters. She's my literal twin. We would speak on the phone every single day, sometimes all day when we can. We tell each other everything in our lives, and I mean everything. We would see each other on the regular. 8 months ago, she started seeing this guy she had met on Bumble. For me, he was a red flag from the start, but I want to see her happy. She was diagnosed with lymphoma and has been going through treatment, and she loves the way he is with her. She has never really had a healthy relationship, which has prompted her to distance herself from myself and the rest of her friends. This new guy is newly divorced with an 8-year-old daughter, so she has taken the role of stepmom. Her and I now go weeks without talking on the phone, days without texting, and it has been months now since we've hung out. When I try to voice my feelings to her, she hits me back with she's just busy, she has a family now, and that she is sorry. My approach up until now has just to be supportive as I can possibly be, but I don't know what to do anymore. I've been having a hard time with this given her current health situation. Overthinking is my forte, but I can't help but think that if something happens to her, I would have spent no time with her during this process. And on the other hand, part of me is ready to rid this relationship because it seems so one-sided. There are many instances where she never shows up for me, and there are years of built up issues. This is just one. She means the world to me, and I wouldn't want the end all to be the first option. You baddies know what to do. She's also missed my birthday, ditching me when we had plans to go to San Diego with him for the weekend. So I've been letting a lot of things slide, but it's starting to become more emotionally taxing. A very confused bestie. Well, I would say there's a lot to unpack here because, it feels like you didn't like this guy from the beginning, so it was like making you feel a certain kind of way about.
It's definitely impacting the way you view the relationship and your friend.
Yeah, so I think that's part of it, and also she does have a lot going on, and especially with her health stuff, I understand that. But there's this lady on TikTok who did this amazing. She blew up because this video she did about having a baby and basically the things that people don't talk about and the things that she's sad about and saying. Discouraging women who don't have kids to have children unless they are 110% sure. And I love more of that, point of view being out there. But then she did a follow-up video about friends and how relationships change and how she thinks there needs to be more empathy and compassion, but not on the side of the single person without kids, but on the side of the person whose life changes. And as a single person, I really empathize with that because so many of my friends have kids and have gotten married and are in different phases. And I have held space for all of them, but then sometimes I feel like they resent me when it's not like me making 100% of the effort just because you have kids and you got married and your life has changed. And honestly, at 8 months into a relationship, I understand she's really happy and loves him and he has a kid and whatever. But I think that maybe the honeymoon phase by that point should have leveled off for her to prioritize other things than just her family. So my initial reaction to this would be to say, have a conversation with her, but it sounds like you have. So if I'm you in this situation, I'm not watering dead plants anymore. And like you can't look into the what ifs if something happens to her. Yeah, that would be horrible. But like, what is this relationship doing for you at this point?
100%. Because it's not as simple as like, oh, things have just like, going from being single gals together to a relationship, that's obviously going to be a shift and a change. But like, she seems like she's like completely blown you off in really important times too. And so I understand that hurt is there and she's taking it possibly to an extreme. That will be for her to figure out. But I don't think, I think it's hard to like sit and hold space and give people benefit of the doubt constantly when you're on the receiving end of just like a nothing from them. She's blown off your birthday, like important events, like she should be showing up for. Absolutely. And I agree with like the empathy thing, because it's like sometimes I feel like people act like the only acceptable change without any kind of accountability or responsibility to uphold relationships is when you're a mom or when you're married and like that. And it's like, I understand like that is like your life is just, you are living for another being and like it requires so much of your time and patience and energy and attention and everything like that. But like when other people are going through their own plights and their own big life transitions, there's not a lot of space for that as well. So I think it definitely needs to go both ways. But I think, if you've done everything you can to maintain this friendship and she's giving you nothing, then I think it's time to move on. I mean, I don't know. You could have one more conversation and say like, hey, I don't know what's happened, but I just feel like you just do not care about this friendship anymore. I mean, it's a really difficult.
Yeah, I would say maybe have a final conversation in which you're like, the ball is in your court. And express your feelings and about how you understand that she's busy, but if it's a friendship that's important to her, then she will make time for it.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Yeah.
not, move on and make space for other people who can.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're probably used to like maybe some friends that like, you know, your friendships or relationships change when they get married or when they have kids, but like there's still some effort. It's not like you don't go weeks without talking or, you know, seeing each other. Like that's not common. The other side of it is kind of common where you just tend to see less of a person once they have kids or get married or yeah, I don't know. Nicole says, hey ladies, my name's Nicole. First off, I love your pod and listen to you nonstop when commuting to work. Also, as a B in the LGBTQI plus, IA plus, sorry. Whew. You are both my lady crushes. Okay.
Okay, love, but also I love if you don't want to say each letter. Lebedjitqua. Lebedjitqua. I love that. Love a bi queen. Hi.
If my future partner isn't as funny, witty, and gorgeous and badass as you both, I don't want it. Damn.
Do you want a kiss? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay, to my dilemma. My ex-wife and I divorced at the beginning of 2024 after 4 years together. COVID relationships, am I right? Oh, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mostly lay on the side of females, but a guy I really liked from high school and I started dating later in the year, though not really my MO. It started moving quickly and talks of moving in together came up. Problem? I was still stuck living with my ex-wife until our house sold. Ooh, been there.
Yeah.
Fast forward to end of 2024, my ex moved and I got my own apartment and he and I were gearing up to move in together. Something, however, told me not to rush into another situation. My backstory, my ex and I moved in together after 2 weeks and engaged after a month. That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy town.
Yeah. So I let him know I didn't think it was a good idea to move in together so quickly since I still needed some space to get back to me again after being married in a rather toxic situation. But we could continue dating and I'd help him find a place since he was moving 500 miles to be with me and transferred job locations. Without talking to me, he decided to just move into the same apartment complex as I currently live. Though I suggested he find someplace closer to his new job location, which is 40 plus miles from my apartment. Something triggered in my head to ask him what building he was moving into since he will be moving next week. Turns out he picked the same apartments and the same building I live in just on the second floor. Now I have an overwhelming ick happening and it also is kind of creeping me out since I have asked for space and this is giving the opposite. Am I overreacting or is this weird? I don't know how to approach the topic since we haven't been dating long, but the situation is giving fatal attraction and now I'm completely turned off from dating him. But I could be scorned and paranoid. Please help.
Well, hide your bunny rabbit if you have one.
Well, okay. My take on this is that you started dating this person. Everything was going well to the point that they're like uprooting their life to like be with you. Like I would have stopped right there if this is how you have felt. Like I would have been like, don't move across the country to be with me. And also they want to be closer to you, not closer to their job. Like the whole point of moving to this area was to be closer to you. I understand the freak out and the cold feet that can happen with like, oh my God, am I getting myself into another situation where like it's just going to blow up? But like, probably should have thought of that like, I don't know, 17 steps ago. just a little advice. But like, yeah, of course it's a little weird. But like, again, he wants to be close to you. And I think there's still like some space that you can have between you of like having separate living quarters and you being able to like have your alone time when you need it. And, you know, I don't think that this person's opposed to that since they were fine with getting their own place to begin with. They didn't really seem to like put up an argument about that. I don't know. I think really ask yourself hard questions like, do you seriously see yourself with this person? Do you see a future with them? And then also like, are you projecting some things onto this as well?
I relate to this because this would give me the fucking ick. I would tense up so bad and completely come unglued and feel trapped because now they're in a lease. But yeah, I would say just be honest and have a first of all, figure it out with yourself, but have a conversation and just say like, it's not necessarily needing to be a breakup at this point. Like maybe you do just need to reset with them and say like, hey, I'm sorry. I, wanted you to move here. Things are going really well, but this did trigger something in me that's making me feel tense and I'm aware and looking at my past patterns and trying to figure that out. But I really just need you to know this is how I'm feeling because maybe they just aren't aware of it also. Go from there. But we can't undo the past. So he lives there and all you can do is kind of figure out if this is someone you want to be with, which is possible. Like maybe this is just your past relationship traumas creeping up, but I get you, and I would hate that.
I mean, I would try to like push the ick feelings like out of your mind, and because I think that's just like your own like head like writing stories and things that like haven't even happened yet. Like this person moving across the country for you, if you hadn't got the ick yet, I think that this might be a fleeting feeling, you know?
If they told me they were moving, I'd literally go, ew. Like,
well, that's what I mean. It's just like, I think like this, at this point where like where they're living is sort of like, I don't know, that's semantics, like wherever the fuck they live. Like they're uprooting their entire, they change job locations. They're 500 miles is far from home. So like if that didn't give you the ick, then this probably will fade.
Well, and they didn't propose you. So I would say have the conversation, and then maybe they will do good and balance out with you, you know?
Yeah.
So try that. But I feel you is all I have to say about that.
Okay. Well, I hope we solved all your problems and everyone feels like they can go into the world with all the, you know, confidence and security and knowledge that you need.
I feel like the valedictorian music should be playing right now. And happy Valentine's Day. And if you don't feel loved, we love you.
We love you.
And the Coven loves you too.
But yeah, also Russell Stovers.
Ugh.
Yuck.
If someone gets you that, they don't love you. Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Babe, you're gonna see the power of women. Like,
Disrespectfully.